Hi, this is Patrick McCartney, and today I'm going to be explaining and showing you a physical presentation of the Bohr atomic model. In 1913, a man by the name of Niels Bohr put forward an idea of his quantized shell model of the atom. His main goal was to explain how electrons can have stable orbits around the nucleus. In order for us to create the Bohr atomic model, we are going to need to create an atomic model. These are materials we will need to create the atomic model. The three styrofoam balls represent the electrons, the protons, and the neutrons. These bamboo skewers that we have will attach all the protons, neutrons, and electrons to the other ones we have over there. The blue will represent the electrons, the red will represent the protons, and the green will represent the neutrons. Let's get to work.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss, how did it end up like this? It was only a kiss, it was only a kiss. Now I'm falling.
For this model, I'll be using the carbon atom. We have 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, and 6 protons. We'll be using the bamboo skewers to put them together to create an atom. The protons and neutrons will be in the middle, and the skewers will branch off, and the electrons will be sitting on them, which represent the orbits of the electrons.
Open up my eager eyes, 'cause I'm Mr. Price.
We have finished the atomic model. Now you're probably wondering why. Why did Niels Bohr propose this idea of electrons having stable orbits around the nucleus? Well, I'll tell you why. This was proposed because he believed the motion of the electrons in the Rutherford model was unstable. His argument was since any charged particle moving along a curved path emits electromagnetic radiation, then the electrons would lose energy and spiral into the nucleus. In order to clarify the stability problem, Bohr modified the Rutherford model by stating that electrons are required to move in orbits of fixed size and energy. A question you might be asking is, what determines the amount of energy? The energy of an electron depends on the size of the orbit. If it is a smaller orbit, then the energy will be low. When talking about radiation, it can only occur when one electron jumps from one orbit to another. Therefore, the atom will be completely stable when it's in this state, with the smallest orbit. An orbit of lower energy makes it not possible for the electron to jump. With this model, Bohr was able to explain how electrons could jump from one orbit to another. However, this can only happen by the electron emitting or absorbing energy into a fixed quanta. Now, to explain this theory with this model that I've built, I'll show you how it works. These 3 bamboo skewers are 4 inches to show the smaller orbit, and these bamboo skewers are 8 inches to show the other orbit. This is the small orbit, this is the bigger orbit. The smaller orbit is the lower energy, and this is the higher energy. If these wanted to jump from one to another, then they'd have to emit or transfer energy to become equal again in a stabilized orbit.